If you're looking to improve your snooker game, if you're new to the game or even just want to become more consistent at snooker, these are going to be some great tips for your technique, your pre-shot routine, and also some practice routines you can do on the table to really repeat those skills and get them, second nature, so it becomes more natural when you're playing the game. So one of the first things I look out for when I'm teaching somebody new would be the technique and the shot routine. So this is a really good routine to hit the white up and down the spots, just to see how we line up to the shot and basically where we're hitting the cue ball. One of the best things you can do with your technique to try and keep the cue nice and straight is when I get down to my shot here, I'm basically making sure that 4 parts of my body are touching the cue. So you can probably see from the side there, I've got my grip touching the cue, my chest, the chin, and my bridge hand. If I do that on every shot, basically the cue's staying like sort of locked into my body, and it's much harder for the cue to come offline. So that's probably the main thing I would look out for when I first start coaching someone. After that, you want to look into more of like the shot routine and what they do on every shot, because when I'm watching people in the club and coaching, they're basically changing things from shot to shot without really realising. So you want to make sure that you're standing behind the line of the shot. We've chose the line, we've chose where we're going to hit the cue ball, and basically making sure that we'll just walk straight into that line. So this one, I'm aiming down at the red. I just want to hit right in the middle of the cue ball and try and just a couple of nice feathers, nice and smooth. Keep the head nice and still. And then straight away there, that's giving us good feedback that I'm doing everything right. You just want to repeat this as much as possible to get some consistency into your game. So one of the most common problems I see in the club is basically part of the pre-shot routine, is when people are walking around the table, they'll come to the next shot and they'll just get down pretty quickly and they haven't looked at the shot, so they start moving their alignment all over the place. They'll hit the shot and it can easily go wrong and they start coming offline. So what we need to start doing is every shot, ideally, and all professionals do this. You just don't notice it sometimes because they do it quite quickly and it's obviously there on like autopilot when they do this. But they'll walk around to the shot and they'll stand directly behind that line of that shot just for a couple of seconds to visualize exactly what they want to do. And then if we do that, it's just a lot more consistent. So I've fully visualized and picked out the shot I want to play, but also it's going to make sure my stance is the same every time. So the best way I got told when I was younger was to basically walk into the shot. So I would just stand, like I say, behind the shot, 2 little steps, straight forward, and then my stance is going to be the same every time. And hopefully, again, bringing some more consistency into your game. If you're not sure about your stance when you're playing snooker, the most common way of doing it really is, for me, because I'm left-handed, I would still stand directly behind the line of the shot, and then what I would do is I would take a small step forward with my left foot, but basically keeping my left heel on the line of the shot. Then I would take a slightly bigger step with my right foot, and then basically bend the right knee to allow us to get down to the shot. And also I'm trying to keep the back left leg nice and straight so it's really stable and I'm not going to move at all when I'm playing the shot. So when you first learn to play with spin in snooker, there's 3 main shots that you want to learn how to play. Top spin, stun, and screw back. So the easiest way to do that is basically you're going to hit different parts of the cue ball for these shots. So for top spin, what we need to do is with your bridge hand, want to try and raise the knuckles so your tip goes to the top of the cue ball, so the cue's nice and flat. Keep it there, pull back. If you follow through nice and high, cue ball should start running through nicely. So the next shot you want to practice is a stun shot. So basically, again, all we're going to do with these shots is change the tip position by changing with bridge hand. So this one is going to be below center. So again, I'm going to just lower my knuckles a bit down. So I'm hitting below center of the ball, pull back straight through. And you can see now the cue ball's reacted totally differently and stopped in the middle of the table. And then the third shot you want to practice is a screw back shot. So a little bit chalk on just to get the grip on the cue ball. Again, the main thing we need to do with your technique is just lower the bridge hand. I see a lot in the clubs, people start moving the back of the cue up and down, and this is where we get a lot of bad strikes, can even miss cue and jump the ball. So I want to keep the cue nice and flat, but I want to lower the bridge hand down so I'm hitting right at the bottom of the ball. Nice and low, a little bit more aggressive. It should spin back like that. Place the cue ball on a different angle and work through them 3 shots I've just showed you. So what you're doing then is you're playing it obviously a slightly different angle on the pot, and then also you're going to see where the cue ball ends up doing these 3 different spin shots, and it's going to give you a much better idea of how to move the cue ball around the table. So once you've gone through this routine and you've done all your different spin shots and you've potted from the different angles, it should hopefully give you more confidence of playing, like, say, these different angles with a different spin. Once you've done that, you want to move on to something a little bit different, where we're going to actually start trying to put all these shots together. So I've got 3 reds around the pink and black here, and it's a good little break building routine that's going to work on your potting, your cue ball control, and now adding in a bit of shot selection. So I'm going to play a little stun shot on the red here to land on the black. And then when I come out with the black, basically, I'll assess what angle I've got and see which red's best to play for. So I've just got a slight angle here. So I'm just going to come back a little bit for the next red. So when I'm playing these shots, like I say, I'm using my different spin shots that I've practiced up on the blues. So here again, another little stun shot to hold for the black. Again, I'm not trying to hit the cue ball too hard. I'm just trying to let the cue do the work. So I've got a slight angle on the black here. I'm going to play with top spin off 2 cushions to come round for the red. And then nice on the red here, just to roll through for the black, so nice and soft. Keep my head still till the red's in. And this is building up a lot of feel with me shots and just repetition of what I've been doing on the blues. So walking into the black, middle of the white, keep my head still, and the black should go in like that. So when you've completed the first break building routine I showed you, you could move on to something a little bit more difficult like this. And it's just a good, different little routine you can try. That's a bit different to the lineup that you see quite a lot, because you just need to play nice little stun shots, but also we're going to be playing a lot more high blacks as well to come off the bottom cushion. So start with a slight angle on the red, and then a little stun up for a high black here. I find that a lot of people in the clubs aren't very confident when playing high blacks. So this routine is going to get you playing a lot more of them and get you confident a lot quicker. So by giving myself a nice angle on the black there as well, it's just basically a lot easier just to come off the cushion with not any spin and come up for a choice of reds. So most of the time when I'm doing this, I'm purposely trying to leave myself a high black. This will be a slightly firmer shot just to get the pace off the cushion. But again, I'm not really putting a lot of spin on the white. And you can see I'm leaving the cue ball pretty much in the middle of the table. So I've got choices. That's one of the big things in break building, is if you're playing position for a red and you can try and play for more than one red, then you're giving yourself a lot more chance of keeping the break going. So if you don't land on one red, you could be on, say, another red. So it's a lot about playing in areas. But again, yeah, just a little soft stun up for the black. Leave myself a nice angle, so I'm not doing much work with the cue ball. Again, just drop this one in softly for the reds. And when I'm doing this, I'm always going through the same pre-shot routine. Because when I'm doing this, it's a little bit quickly. You sometimes don't notice it, but I'm making sure that I'm walking into the shot from standing directly behind. I'm doing the same stance every time. Little step with the left foot, slightly bigger with the right to bend the knee to come down to the shot. So everything just feels the same nearly every shot. Same again, come round, I've chose the line of the shot. Just a nice pace off the cushion there. Little soft one off the side cushion. So it's getting used to playing off the cushions a little bit more, which I think a lot of club players struggle with. And then again, just walking to the line of the shot that I've chose standing up, middle of the cue ball. So that if you do that routine, like you see there, I've put 6 reds and 6 blacks together. If you can do that, obviously we're starting to get in to 40 plus breaks, which is obviously going to get your scoring heavier in your frames. I'm coaching a lot of beginners. Obviously I try and encourage them to play as much as they can, because basically with snooker, because it's such a hard game, you're going to get out what you put in. So obviously I've just showed you some good practice routines there you can do. And ideally you want to be going to the club for some sessions on your own and trying to do them to get used to as much of this stuff I've been showing you. Because you've seen even before there, I missed the black off the spot just for a split second, switched off, and I lost a little bit of concentration. Obviously just talking you through some of the stuff that I like to do on all my shots, but you know, nothing can replace practice. A lot of people in the clubs just think there's an easy fix for these things and they want like something to happen straight away. But the fact is with snooker that it's going to take time. I've been playing for 25 years. And it's took me a long time to get to a decent standard. So you've got to really be patient with yourself and put the hours in. So these are my top tips for improving your snooker, even if you're a beginner or you've been playing for quite a long time, to get some more consistency into your game. So I've given you some different practice routines you can go through there. Give them a go, and make sure you like and subscribe to find out more.